It is a new era for Oklahoma football, and today Sooner fans get their first look at the first Sooner team to play in the SEC. It's the 2024 Oklahoma Spring Game from Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma on ESPN Plus, presented today by Red Dirt Media. Hi, everybody. Toby Rowland with you alongside former Sooner All-American Dusty Dvoracek. So many storylines going into this one. Not surprisingly, though, Dusty, you want to start on the defensive side of the ball. A couple of dudes Sooner fans can't wait to see today.
No doubt. It's all about the defense, Toby. A defensive-minded head coach going into year 3. A new defensive coordinator and Zach Alley and a couple of studs. Jaden Jackson, the true freshman. He's been the buzz of the defensive side of this spring camp so far. Might see him go out there with the ones here today. And then David Stone, the ballyhooed 5-star defensive tackle, #1 defensive tackle in the country coming in. And he's a guy that just keeps getting better and better and better. We get our chance to see him in action for the first time here today.
Defensive tackle wearing 0. I love that. All kinds of new on the offensive side of the ball, and that includes the offensive coordinator.
No doubt, and it's a couple of names that we know very well. A couple of former Sooner players. Seth Luttrell was here as an analyst last year, gets promoted to be the offensive coordinator alongside Joe Jon Finley. They've been fantastic together. They see everything out of the same lens, and they've been doing a really nice job with these quarterbacks. Jackson Arnold, we all know that the talent is there. Can't wait to see what he's able to get going here today. And then Michael Hawkins has been another one of those young freshmen that has had a lot of buzz with exactly where he's at already. And the offensive line, it's going to be a huge talking point. You lose 4 starters from a season ago, having to reshape that offensive line. It'll be something that we'll be monitoring all throughout the course of this game.
Keep an eye on number 10 there, Bauer Sharp. There's been a lot of talk about the tight end transfer in camp as well. Just over 4 months until the season opener. Who will Sooner Nation be buzzing about? We find out next on the 2024 Oklahoma Spring Game on ESPN Plus. Well, we've lived this week under the threat of bad weather on this Saturday. In fact, as you are well aware by now, game time moved back an hour and a half, but we have gotten fortunate. Dusty, it looks like the rain is going to hold off. It's a little bit chilly, but not bad at all. It's football weather today for the spring game in Norman.
That's exactly right. A little early fall feel here today for the spring game. And yeah, man, the rain has held off, and well, the field looks incredible. It should be a perfect day for a little football.
And a good crowd has gathered here at the Palace on the Prairie, as they call it as well. There you see the ponies. Even the ponies show up for the spring game. They're going to lead the defense out of that tunnel here in just a couple of minutes. In fact, here they come. The defense will be wearing white today. And while Brent Venables is no doubt the leader of the Oklahoma defense, Dusty, they actually have a new defensive coordinator this year, Zach Alley.
Yeah, Zach Alley, who's basically Brent Venables 2.0, a young, energetic, 30 years old, and knows this defense inside. Now, he spent 8 years at Clemson with Coach Venables as both a student assistant, a graduate assistant. You would talk about 2 guys that see ball and defense the exact same way. Zach Alley cut from the Brent Venables cloth, and one of the absolute best, if not the best, linebacker come back to college football. There he is right there. Sooner legend already, Danny Stutzman. And, you know, the numbers are great, and he's obviously going to be very productive. But the leadership, I think, Toby, is so important, and because he's such a key for this Sooner defense, taking that next step next year in the SEC.
There you see, calling them together right now. Offense going to run out soon. Now let us tell you how this is going to work today. You know this isn't just simple football if it's a spring game. For the offense, pretty normal. 6 points for a touchdown. Field goals are worth 3. Extra points are worth 1. The only exception is you get 2 points for an explosive play. So any run or catch of 20 yards or more, 2 additional points for the offense. Here's where it gets creative. The defense, the white team, can get points like this. 6 points for a touchdown, 1 point for a PAT. Any turnover they force, 4th down stop, or missed field goal is worth 4 to the defense. Any 3-and-out they force is worth 3. Sacks are worth 2. If they force a punt, that's worth 1. There are negative points, though. I love this. Feels like a late Brent Venables ad to me, Dusty. Any defensive play where they're called for offsides, that's a -2. Here comes the offense.
Emmett Jones leading them out, wide receivers coach. There's no worse feeling in the world, Toby, than being that D lineman and getting that hard count and jumping off sides. And the fact that it's actually going to deduct points makes it even worse.
More than just a penalty flag today. Well, there's the red team. That's the offense. And as we mentioned off the top, new offensive coordinators, a pair of them. Seth Littrell, he'll be in the booth today. Joe Jon Finley on the field.
And Seth had a ton of success as a coordinator at Arizona, at North Carolina, did a great job at North Texas as the head coach. And boy, it's great to have him back in Norman. Was a captain on the 2000 National Championship team. And boy, I tell you what, the old fullback, that's what he's going to look to have that kind of impact. They want to be tough. They want to be physical. They want to run the ball. And Joe Jon Finley is just a star in the coaching world and has such a great understanding of this offense going back to his days working at Baylor.
Dillon Gabriel moved on to Oregon. The team now belongs to that guy. He's moved into the number 11 jersey this year, Jackson Arnold.
And I can't wait to see the maturation and growth of Jackson. You can tell he's got a different swag to him. This is his team. He is confident. He's taken on that leadership role. And boy, you're talking about somebody, the arm talent and the ability to put the ball in tight windows. He has got everything you're looking for in that regard.
There you see his numbers from a year ago. Bit of an up and down Alamo Bowl game for him. Head coach Brent Venables beginning his third season at the helm of Soonerland. Had a chance, all of us did, the broadcasters, to chat with Coach Venables on Thursday. About an hour or so. What'd you take away from that conversation?
He likes his football team. I think that from a year 3, the leadership, the competitiveness on a day in, day out basis that it takes to have an elite level program, I think that he really feels that it's there. Not a perfect team. There's some areas that I know he'd like to see more, but I think he feels really good about where this team's at, and I know he's excited about this big move to the SEC.
You can tell it's the spring and not the fall because he's smiling before the game starts. Well, it's not a Sooner game unless you see the intro video, so we thought we'd let you see what the team ran out to today on the big screen.
Welcome to the City of Champions. Pack 100 Conference Crown. From the Southwest to the Big 8 to the Big 12. We've been dominant for every step of the way. Is intercepted! And now, we take our first steps into the Southeast. This is why you come to Oklahoma. There's only one Oklahoma.
Nobody better fit to get you fired up than Brian Bosworth. So here we go, the 2024. Don't run over the quarterback, please. Oklahoma spring game. Who you got, Dusty? Offense, defense, red, white. What do you think today?
You want a prediction before we get going? Come on, man. Defense.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the head coach has skewed the point system in favor of the D.
All those opportunities to get points for the defense.
Look at that crowd. Fantastic. Well, here we go. The kickoff, deep to receive. Gavin Sawchuk and Dion Burks. And the kick is headed toward the Purdue transfer. Burks lets it sail over his head. And the offense will start on the 25-yard line. Led by quarterback Jackson Arnold. That was sophomore out of Denton Guyer High School in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Several guys not at his disposal today at the skill positions. Farouk Anderson, Andrell Anthony. Bauer Sharp, though, at tight end is out there. Eager to see him.
I'm expecting we're going to see Mr. Arnold show off that arm. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a shot right here kick this thing off.
First play of the spring game. It's a play action. Looking deep. Jaden Gibson. Almost.
Jaden Gibson has been very buzzworthy here this camp. Really focused, dedicated, taking his game to another level. Had a little bit of size to him, that 6'5" length and up to just over 200 pounds. Close down the field, good coverage there by the OU secondary.
Des Malone and Kenai Walker, the starting cornerbacks for this game. And there's the handoff to Dion Burks, sweeping left, and a good tackle. Kobe McKenzie to stop after a gain of only 1.
Well, Kobe McKenzie has a heavy hat coming downhill. Nice tackle. And look to see them try to get Dion Burks the ball out in space. Electric with the football.
3rd down and 9. Defense threatening to start with a 3 and out. Sawchuk, the running back. And Arnold to put it in the air. He'll run it. And he got the first down with the legs. Jackson Arnold, a gain of 9.
Pocket presence here by Jackson Arnold. Thought the offensive line did a nice job. He stepped up. Good coverage down the field and good speed to the sidelines to move the sticks.
Sooners go quickly. That looked like an offsides. They'll use the opportunity. Burks to the 20. First touchdown, the new guy from Purdue, Dion Burks. A 64-yard strike from Jackson Arnold. And it's going to be doubly painful in the score system, Dusty, because they're going to add it offsides.
Now, if they decline it,
That's
I
true.
wonder if they keep the -2 off the board. Blown coverage. Looked like it might have been the true freshman, Michael Boganowski. Might have just completely turned Dion Burks loose. Hard count from Jackson Arnold and a dime down the field to Burks. See that speed with the football in his hands afterward, Toby.
Tyler Keltner, the Florida State transfer kicker, puts the extra point through. And let's take another look. 64-yard strike.
The hard count, good protection up front. Stand firm in the pocket. The bust down the field is Dion Burks. No defender around. Easy touchdown for Jackson Arnold and the red offense.
And speaking of Dion Burks, how about Dusty's dudes?
Yeah, he's one of them. Man, anytime I've had a chance to get out to practice, he has really been impressive. The Purdue transfer, I think he's going to settle in very, very nicely with this offense. But he's going to be a dude I think we want to pay attention to today. Bauer Sharp, 10, you mentioned from the onset. The tight end is a bit of a throwback. I think he's going to be another one of those players. And Jaden Gibson as well. He's had a great spring. Looking forward to those guys today.
So the offense will get the ball right back here, obviously, and defense needs an answer. They were on the verge of a 3 and out, but they allowed the scramble first down by Jackson Arnold. And on the very next play, the long strike. This time it'll be Gavin Sawchuk and Sam Franklin deep to receive for the offense. Sam Franklin, the running back transfer from UT Martin. Kickoff by Keltner. Headed toward Franklin, and again, it'll be a touchback.
Franklin's had a bunch of explosive runs here throughout this spring, Toby. They've been really impressed with what he's added to that running back room.
Well, let's see if we see Michael Hawkins Jr. now at quarterback. It appears we will. The true freshman out of Dallas, Frisco Emerson High School, son of one of your former teammates, right?
Yeah, Michael Hawkins, senior. I mean, he was an outstanding quarterback. He only played 1 year, but he was so talented. And his son is really off to a great start. Accurate, good decision maker.
A little bit of a high snap and a trick play. The reverse comes near side. Jaquez Petaway met in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Robert Spears Jennings and Ethan Downs corralling him. It's a loss back to the 19.
Trying to get the ball on the perimeter. How about Ethan Downs right where he's supposed to be? Good job reading that properly, getting outside and getting Petaway on the ground. Nice play.
2nd and long. Hawkins to throw for the first time. Hits his man on the far side of the 30. That's freshman Ivan Carrion out of Odessa, Texas. 6'6" freshman receiver.
6'6", 200 and almost 20 pounds. Large target for Michael Hawkins, who's really come on throughout the course of camp. Boy, you look at 6'5" Jaden Gibson, a 6'6".
Yeah. Some big targets, especially in the red zone. 3rd down and 4. Franklinson in motion. Hawkins will run it himself. And he's got the first down, wearing the blue jersey, so all they got to do is touch him. But he got enough to move the chain.
Design quarterback run game. He is quick. You saw that burst as the hole opened up. Good blocking up front. Nice pickup by Michael Hawkins Jr.
Drive continues. You see the score 9 there for the offense. The explosive play added the other 2. Pocket collapses. Hawkins, though, got out of a mess, and then Danny Stutzman sits him down at the 40 after a short gain.
Well, how much we'll see Danny Stutzman here today, T-Row. I don't know if they need to learn much more about their veteran linebacker, but well, it was great news for this football team when he decided at first, looked as if he was going to go to the NFL and decided to come back. With him and Billy Bowman, those leaders on the back 2 level of defense, a chance for this defense to really take another step this year.
There's the first carry for Sam Franklin out near the 45. Yeah, that was really one of the early wins after last season, is the ability to get Stutzman and Bowman back. Huge for this defense.
I thought it was interesting we talked to Coach about Billy too. It was his choice. Like, you know, Coach Venables didn't have to sell him to come back. He recognized, I need to come back and get better. And that's exactly what he's done, taking advantage of this spring, heading into the summer.
They bring a blitz. First big hit. Catch is made, though. Major Melson with the grab. And it's a first down.
That's a good throw by Michael Hawkins. Simple slant there. Melson, really quality job. Holding on that football, knowing a hit's coming, but that's a tight window throw. It's got to be bang, bang, move the sticks.
Hawkins to Carrion again for another first down. And the offense inside the 40-yard line. Jackson Arnold, a long touchdown pass on his first possession. Michael Hawkins looking to drive the team down the field on his first possession as well. 3-yard run there. Stutzman another tackle.
Caden Woolard in there now, defensive end. Miami of Ohio transfers come in. Been coming on throughout the end of camp. Good to see him for the first time in a Sooner uniform.
Caleb Hicks now in at running back, the redshirt freshman. Hawkins spins out of trouble, and he'll throw it into the bench.
With Trace Ford coming off that right edge, had a great get off. But then you just see the presence of Hawkins. He felt that pressure, spun away from it. And even though that's an incompletion, that's just a smart, headsy play and good feel of that pressure by the freshman.
Working with the backup offensive line, too. Keep that in mind. 3rd down. Brent Venables behind the quarterback there, yelling out instructions to his defense. Hawkins, quick throw, Petaway. Reaches near the first down. I think he'll be just shy. Jacoby Johnson out of Mustang, the tackle. It'll bring up 4th down and short.
You know they're going for this here.
It's the spring game.
Yeah.
What do you have to lose?
Nothing. You got 4 points to gain. Did I see 4th down stop in that 4-point win for the defense?
Yeah, it is. Well, 4 points on the line for the D here. 4th down and 1. Hawkins the handoff, and watch out. There goes Caleb Hicks. Forget about it. Touchdown. 30 yards. And it's all offense early.
Caleb Hicks, nice job identifying the hole, the burst. When he looks the part, one of the first guys you want off the bus. Redshirt freshman from Denton. He's had a very good camp. Trying to work his way into that running back rotation with Taylor Tatum still to come here later on this summer, the #1 running back in the country. But a nice job hitting the hole downhill and finding the end zone.
Extra point try for Zach Schmidt. And it is good. So Jackson Arnold, touchdown. Michael Hawkins orchestrates a touchdown drive on the handoff to Caleb Hicks. And it's all offense early in the 2024 Oklahoma Spring Game, presented by Red Dirt Media.
Look at some of Dusty's Dudes presented by our good friends at Walden's Cleaners. Some guys that we're looking for all throughout the day here today. Bauer Sharp, Jaden Gibson on the offensive side, the true freshman Jaden Jackson, and Lewis Carter, named to keep an eye on, the sophomore linebacker out of Tampa. As Coach Venables told us, he has been the most improved player on the defense here this year, and don't be surprised if he's garnering what would feel like starters type of minutes.
Short kickoff. Gavin Sawchuk up to grab it shy of the 20-yard line. That was Liam Evans on that kickoff, the freshman out of Moore High School. All right, the defense needs an answer here. Dusty, your defense needs an answer here.
No doubt. Zach Alley could not be happy, I can assure you, the head coach. Not happy with what he's seen. A bust on the opening possession that allowed Deion Burks wide open down the field, and that 4th and short, man, safety doesn't rotate down. Good job by the offensive line creating a hole, and good vision by Caleb Hicks, but a slow start for the defense. All offense for Seth Luttrell and Joe John Finley here early.
Jackson Arnold back at quarterback. Man in motion, that's Burks. And it's a short pass behind Burks, incomplete. Kenai Walker in coverage.
Kenai Walker, talk about guys who've had good springs. Just a natural corner. Fabulous was the word that Brent Venables used describing how he's looked so far. His excellent size too at 6'2". Feel really good about him at one of those corner spots.
Arnold, a keeper, touched at the 30-yard line. Don't forget about that element to his game. A lot of talk about how mobile Michael Hawkins can be, but Jackson Arnold quick as well.
Really good point. Good runner.
Sawchuk has the first down.
Gavin Sawchuk, we'll see a lot of different guys at running back. I thought he closed the season last year, Toby, so well. 5 straight 100-yard games. Really started against Oklahoma State. He wasn't healthy early last year. He was dealing with kind of some nagging injuries, and once he got healthy, I thought he really hit his stride down the home stretch of the season.
Good pocket for Jackson Arnold. He finds Burks again. Across the 50-yard line and inside the 40, the second big play to Deion Burks.
That is a connection that I think we should get used to seeing together. Just an over route. No one identifies Burks in the second level of the defense. Good protection by the offensive line. Big question mark in this spring, heading into summer and into next fall. Placing so many pieces. Gave Jackson Arnold plenty of time to locate his target.
Pump fake. Still has time now. He'll throw it into the dirt as David Stone comes rolling into the legs of Jackson Arnold. Incomplete, but the offensive line gave him some time there, Dusty.
Yeah, he did. And a couple of guys to keep an eye on here. 54, Fabichi Wiwu, the North Texas transfer. He's been really good. Size, physicality, got some toughness, edginess to him. Jacob Sexton, been there a while. Nice players here at right tackle. Another player, Heath Ozaida, the redshirt freshman out of the state of Washington, not Washington down the street. A couple of guys that have had good springs here are going to be relied upon coming up this fall.
Nice run by Sawchuk. Takes it down to the 30-yard line, brings up 3rd and short. 3rd possession of the game. The offense with touchdowns on the first 2.
Kip Lewis and Jaron Kanik at linebackers. That's going to be, it's going to be a loaded linebacker room that they feel they've had by far more depth since they've been here. Tell you what, you're going to have to really step up and play well to garner minutes out of that room.
Pitch to Pettaway. Sweeping right. Has the first down. Jumped on by Devon Sears at the 27.
Like them trying to get Pettaway the ball in space, Toby. He's so shifty, and he's got that suddenness, that quickness. Thought last year he might have a little bit bigger impact than he did, but here early on this spring game, like the way they're getting the ball on the perimeter in space.
There's the veteran, Devon Sears. Texas State transfer. Brent Venables said most improved of the defensive tackles from a year ago. Handoff again. Sawchuk takes a big hit that time. That was Sammy Omosigo that came up and popped him. Gain of just 1. Offense moving quickly. Arnold to throw. Under pressure, and Ethan Downs got there, I think, before he got rid of the football. And that might be the first defensive points of the day.
Get him on the board. The senior from Weatherford, Bauer Sharp. Boy, it's tough for tight ends to block really good defensive ends, and an easy win there off the edge for Ethan Downs.
So 3rd down and long. Arnold directing Gavin Sawchuk to move to his right. And he's back to pass. Steps up. Throws late. Caught by Sawchuk. First down inside the 15. Patience by Jackson Arnold, and he found his man.
Another 3rd down conversion. Love the eyes here on Jackson Arnold. As you put it perfectly, patience. Wasn't in a rush. Stepped up. Eyes stay down the field, and he finds an open Sawchuk to move the sticks. That's a big 3rd and 13 conversion.
Looking for J.J. Hester in the corner of the end zone, and either Boomer or Sooner almost took one in the snout right there. But that's why they've got the Roughnecks over there to protect them. Nice job, fellas. Easy, boys. Everything's okay. 2nd down. Sawchuk has a hole. Makes a cut, and he's down to the 1. Gavin Sawchuk carrying the load here on the 3rd possession of the game, and it's 1st and goal.
It's a big hole off the right side of that offensive line. Wee Woo over there getting some movement, paving a path.
Sawchuk barrels his way, and he's in for the touchdown. 3 consecutive touchdown drives for the offense. And a 1-yard run for Gavin Sawchuk.
Sawchuk showing a little bit of everything there. Catching the pass out of the backfield. See him hitting it downhill, and there from the 1, just barreling his way in. Tough, strong, physical run. 3rd score of the day for the Sooners.
Yeah, they scored early on the bomb. Since then, 2 methodical touchdown drives. Extra point is good, and that smile we saw on Brent Venables' face before we started might be gone. We're going to a timeout. Offense rolling late 1st quarter here at Norman. Deion Burks not taking long to make a splash here in Norman. One of the big transfer pickups this season for Brent Venables.
Yeah, and he's, since day 1, really, you go back to winter conditioning and his competitiveness, I mean, tangible from day 1. He had a seamless transition into the program, and he's been impressive every step of the way, and impressive already to kick off this game.
There's a statue outside the stadium of a guy that wore number 6 here. Going to be hard to fill those shoes, but that guy was a quarterback, so this guy's going to catch passes. Deion Burks, one of several transfers that Brent Venables and Sooner fans are excited about.
Yeah, Bauer Sharp we've touched on a couple times, a throwback, and several offensive linemen, Tarquin, Wee Woo, both starting here today. Other notable guys, Garen Hatchett, the Washington transfer, coming back from an injury, so you're not going to see him. Spencer Brown, the Michigan State transfer. It really had to hit that portal hard for the offensive line.
And frankly, probably not done
that's
on
correct.
Both sides of the line of scrimmage.
And as we sit here and we speak, this portal window open for about another 9-10 days, as I would imagine Oklahoma looking to be very active, as you mentioned, on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Michael Hawkins back at quarterback. Pettaway in motion. Franklin is the running back. It is a handoff to Franklin. And after a gain of about 5, he absorbs a big hit from Robert Spears-Jennings. That's what he does.
Downhill. Nice run there. I like the aggressiveness, like the physicality from Spears-Jennings coming down. But, man, that's another big hole off the right side. Quality pickup on first down.
2nd and 3. Franklin bounces off a tackle in the backfield, but he can't get away from Ethan Downs. A loss.
Kobe McKenzie's not going to get credit for the tackle, but he made this play. Comes flying down from the linebacker position. It's a train wreck in the backfield. Alters where Franklin wants to go with a football, and a nice job by Woolard staying home and making the play.
Chance for a 3 and out here for the defense. Chance for their first stop of the day as we are just over a minute to go first quarter.
Get a 3rd down stop, T-Row. Get off the field.
Showing blitz, McKenzie is. 4-man rush. Hawkins stumbling, and they say he's down. Brent Venables helping out the ref. That'll be a sack and a 3 and out.
Good man-to-man coverage there. Nice job with the rush. The pocket kind of collapsing down on Michael Hawkins Jr. Defense finally getting off the field.
That smile's gone.
Yeah.
Devon Sears got in on that sack. 2nd sack of the day. And they'll kick it away. It'll be Luke Elzinga. I said his name wrong, I think, all year. I said Elzinga all season. And then he came into the radio station studio the other day and he says it's Elzinga.
Did you apologize to him?
I haven't had a chance to yet, but I will profusely when I see punt to the far side. And the defense gets its first stop of the day, and we've tightened things up a bit here late first quarter in Norman. There's Peyton Bowen, whose little brother Eli has joined the team this year. Will also be in the secondary. He wears number 36. I'm sure will. There's Eli. Peyton 22, Eli 36.
Boy, Peyton Bowen, he is just so unbelievably talented. Smooth athlete, very fluid, playmaker. And what's interesting, though, is the praise Eli's gotten all camp. I mean, he is just an all-around good football player, but working a corner, cheetah, little safety. Awesome to have the brothers here in Norman together.
It could be the final play, probably will be the final play of quarter number 1. Jackson Arnold back out from the 32. And he'll put it in the air. Looking deep again behind the defense. Looking for Burks, and he just missed him.
Well, that's one Jackson wishes he had back. He just man-to-man coverage on the outside. Deion Burks, one, you see the speed, and the slight miss by Jackson Arnold.
I think Jackson Arnold's got a favorite target early on. Second quarter straight ahead here in Norman. They are fired up in Norman. Team 130. First Sooner team to play in the SEC on display today. This happened between quarters. They call it kicking for chicken around here. Fan called out of the stands. That is not Baker Mayfield. He made the 25-yarder look easy, and that earned the offense 3 points.
He went shoeless, too.
Yeah, he's got a soccer background, I'm guessing, because that was impressive.
Yes, it was.
It's not that easy when you call the average fan out of the stands to kick a 25-yarder.
It's probably one where they thought, oh, this will be easy points for the defense.
Right. Well, the defense coming off their first stop as we begin play here in the second quarter. Jackson Arnold at quarterback. He has Sam Franklin, the UT Martin transfer, at running back. That's Bauer Sharp in motion. They throw to Burks again. To the edge. And out of bounds, it's a first down, and they cannot keep corralled Deion Burks today.
Just get in the rock and watch him go. We've seen it a variety of different ways. Shot plays to him, intermediate passing, Now just a little screen to the perimeter and allow him to make people miss an open space. Good blocking there on the edge as well.
Franklin carries it across midfield. First down run of about 4.
That receiver room, Toby, it's got a chance to be as deep as I can remember. I mean, you don't have Jalil Farouk today. You don't have Nick Anderson. You're getting Andrell Anthony back coming up at the end of summer, going into the fall.
Thompson, Gavin Freeman, those guys aren't playing today. You add to that Jaden Gibson and, of course, Deion Burks, Jaquez Petaway, who's out here. I'm with you. A lot of weapons.
Maybe Jones has done a nice job with that receiver room.
There goes Burks in motion. Handoff. Hicks, another hole left side. Nice move, and he's down around the 30.
Caleb Hicks, I like the hesitation. Vision you see, kind of just patient with this counter coming backside. That's Wee-Woo pulling around out in front, hoping open up that hole. And the patience, and then when he sees the hole, foot in the ground, get north and south. A couple of nice runs here early on from Caleb Hicks.
Owen Heineke the tackle on that Caleb Hicks run. Offense on the move again. Jackson Arnold surveying the defense. It's the snap from Josh Bates. Back to throw. Has time again. Now he doesn't. And it was Stone. There's a big hit. Late flag. David Stone's going to get the sack. But then on the pass out to Caleb Hicks, Michael Boganowski lit him up. And let's sort this out.
Josh Bates started center out there, giving the freshman Boganowski an earful.
Third down. Brent Venables declined the penalty for the offense there, I believe.
Let's take a look. Good coverage down the field. Jackson Arnold trying to buy himself time. And then just finally in the end, see a powerful long arm there from the true freshman David Stone, getting some separation from Sexton to get the sack.
So third down and 15 back at the 35. Arnold changing something. Under pressure, and PJ got him. The catch is made by Jaden Gibson. Let's see how they rule this. I think Adebayo Ray got to Arnold before he let go of the football. It looks like they're going to count the catch.
This is important to see from PJ. Just a speed rush coming off the edge. He's really got to take that next step. Good hands, turn in the corner. I'm with you. I think he got there.
Yeah.
I think we might have to
review it, Brent.
Take a look at that. It's a good rush.
Try a field goal.
It's a good rush for him, and they need more of those type of rushes between him and R. Mason Thomas. They really need someone to step up and be a legit every down pass rusher when they need to get after the quarterback.
First field goal try. This is Tyler Keltner, the Florida State transfer from 45. He's got the distance, and he missed it. And that'll be points for the defense. 4 to be exact. Well, a little bit of a comeback at work here in the second quarter.
He pulled it just a scotch. Good win for the defense. Back-to-back stops. T-Row after it was all offense the first 3 possessions.
So the missed field goal by Tyler Keltner. That'll send a groan through Owen Field. Too many of those last year. And they've got a battle going on between Zach Schmidt, the incumbent, and Keltner, the transfer. What do you think so far about Jackson Arnold today, Dusty?
Missed a couple of deep balls. Thought he had Burks on the one, but other than that, I think he's looked good, looked sharp. Both throwing the football down the field. You know, it picks up this third down early. Good job sidestepping the rush, outrunning McKenzie to the sticks. Lone coverage here. He's going to identify that and place a perfect ball. A strong start for Jackson Arnold.
Hawkins back at quarterback. He takes a deep drop. Spins out of trouble again, being chased. And he backpedals and throws it 5 rows into the stands. Ashton Sanders almost got to him.
Late looper from the defensive tackle. Good close on the quarterback as Michael Hawkins unable to find anybody. Another good job by the secondary in coverage, T-Row.
Grayson Halton on the pressure there. 2nd down and 10. Franklin, not much. Ethan Downs and friends. Defense starting to bow up a bit here. 3rd down and 9.
A little more aggressive downhill is Kobe McKenzie again. I've said his name several times.
See if Hawkins can make a play on 3rd and long. Midway through the 2nd quarter. Twist up front, Hawkins. We've seen that reverse spin a few times. He'll run with it, but not enough for the 1st down. Dasan McCullough closing in on him. R. Mason Thomas out there as well. It'll be 4th down.
That's good stop here by the defense. They go zone in the back end. I think they kind of confuse Michael Hawkins, and once again we see the defense with a nice stop, Toby.
Take a break. More of the Oklahoma spring game right after this on ESPN+. In our pregame conversation with Brent Venables, I asked him, can you explain how you feel about your linebacker room now compared to 2 years ago when you got here? And he started laughing. Dusty, he feels much better, to say the least.
Yeah, there was no depth, and now they feel it might be the deepest room of anyone, of any part of this football team. And it starts with Danny Stutzman, Jaron Cannon. Kip Lewis, I thought, played really well last year. They expect big things from Lewis Carter. We've seen Kobe McKenzie all over the field here today. Good situation to have at the linebacker spot, and helps when your head coach and your coordinator both have a premium on that linebacker spot.
Sam Franklin squeezes through a hole over the right side for a 1st down run of 12. And that doesn't include, that graphic doesn't include the cheetah position,
right,
which is a hybrid linebacker as well. And there's a lot of depth and experience and excitement there. There goes Franklin again, out to the 40.
Kendall Dolby's been getting rave reviews. I think the word elite was used, and that's not a word
so he's got a
lightly.
Chance to be elite.
By Brent Venables.
Franklin, 3rd straight carry, 3rd straight big gainer, and he's out to somewhere around Enid before he's tackled.
Boy, big hole off the left side, and this is one thing Seth Luttrell, his biggest point of emphasis in this spring is to run the football effectively with physicality, and because that's who they know they need to be in the SEC, and we've seen it on display here today. It's looked good.
Arnold, quick hitter, J.J. Hester nearly picked. Off the fingertips, pass was a little bit high, and there's a guy, Reggie Powers, a freshman out of Centerville, Ohio. That's another young player that I know they really like.
Tough, instinctive, can play man-to-man coverage, will come down and strike you. Tony Jefferson was the comp that we heard from Brent Venables about his young safety.
That's lofty. No gain for Caleb Hicks. What did Tony Jefferson played for?
9 years in the NFL.
Decade in the NFL, close to it. Yeah.
Heck of a player. Nice job by Jaron Cannick there, coming downhill as the alley player, making that tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, 3rd and long. Chance to tighten it up even more with a stop here. Down the middle, wide open. It's Burks again. Touchdown. Deion Burks, 50 yards.
Middle of the field, wide open. You might want to identify and locate number 6 for the Sooners, Toby. Bust in coverage once again. Nobody there in the middle of the field. And Jackson Arnold finds his favorite target once again.
Celebrating with Jalil Farouk. He's feeling good at Norman. Keltner on for the extra point try. And the offense punches back. They expand their lead. Another explosive play leads to a touchdown, and it's back to 37-16. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, middle of the field, open, and Jackson Arnold absolutely makes the Oklahoma defense pay. That's the second time there's been a breakdown on the defense, and boy, Deion Burks, he's looking like prime time here today, Toby.
Neon Deion. More of the Oklahoma spring game to come.
Pretty sure Jaren Cannon completely screwed that up. Opened the wrong way. I don't think they can play him.
Nearing halftime, 37-16. Offense, after 3 consecutive stops by the defense, they strike again. Jackson Arnold's second touchdown pass of the day, both of them to Deion Burks. And Coach Venables, after his defense clawed to within striking distance, finds themselves down 21 again here. See if they can close the gap before halftime. Keltner on the kickoff. It'll come down to Franklin, and they'll take it at the 25. Now it should be Michael Hawkins' turn. Franklin's been good today, too.
Good tough runs. Caleb Hicks has looked good. A bit of Sam Franklin. We saw Gavin Sawchuk getting involved.
All right, here comes Michael Hawkins. There's freshman tight end Devon Mitchell, number 84. I saw run out on the field for this possession. Should be a junior in high school right now, Mitchell. Instead, he's in the slot on Owen Field in the spring game. One of the most highly touted tight ends in America, and he's in motion. Handoff to Hicks up the middle, and he runs into a wall. R. Mason Thomas and others on the stop. Jaden Jackson in there, the freshman.
Well, he has been so good. He is strong at the point. Look at him fight that double, stay right there in the crack, square, get off the block and make the play. Technically, very impressed with a freshman coming out of high school with where he's at already.
Hawkins could not outrun R. Mason Thomas to the corner. And that'll be a loss back to the 24. Of course, all he had to do was touch him. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
R. Mason Thomas, he's got that outstanding first step twitchiness, be explosive. He's their best natural pass rusher as of right now. Nice job on the perimeter making that play.
5 minutes to go till halftime. Here comes a blitz, quick throw, and it's off the shoulder of Jacob Jordan, the freshman out of Southlake, Texas. 3 and out.
Quarterback receiver not on the same page. I think it looked to me like Michael Hawkins identified the blitz and the receiver just not ready for that pass.
Much needed stop there. This will be Josh Plaster to kick it away to Peyton Bowen. I'm told later, but I think between the 3rd and 4th quarters, we're going to have a coach's punting contest today, Dusty.
Come on.
A high hanging punt near midfield. And Bowen fields it around the 41-yard line.
Do we have a favorite in that coach's punting contest? Is there?
Good question.
Got any odds for me?
I mean, I would say Beedenbow for sure. My favorite, at least the favorite I can't wait to watch punt.
That would be fantastic. I'm going to take the under on amount of punt attempts we get from Coach Beedenbow today.
Of course, if the defense is trailing, the coach's fun-loving punt contest might be canceled. We'll see. 37-20. Red team offense. Joe John Finley squad in front. We are going to have an Elam ending to this game as well when we get to the 4th quarter. We'll explain more of how that'll work if you're unaware a little bit later on. Jackson Arnold's back out. Sam Franklin is running back. Play action. Arnold across the middle. Watch out. Bauer Sharp gets blasted by Michael Boganowski, and get up, young man.
Big hit, obviously, by Boganowski, but Bauer Sharp's been so good. He's going to be a key piece to this offense. Want to make sure that he's okay, but it's good, clean, legal hit. Shoulder in the chest.
Across the middle again. Oh, Jaden Gibson almost came down with the hands catch, but he couldn't quite hang on. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
And Walker with some good tight coverage. Thought he had that, T-Row, unable to complete the process of the catch as he went to the ground.
There's Kanai. A good season last year, had a pick. Louisville transfer a couple of years ago. 3rd down, blitz is picked up, throw across the middle, sails high. That one intended for Petaway, and it's another 3 and out. 3 straight over the middle throws, 3 straight misses. And the defense closes the gap a little more.
Really settled in here now, Toby, playing much better. I think they're starting to dial up some different pressures, throw some different looks at these quarterbacks.
Luke Elzinga, the left-footed boot. Peyton Bowen, fair catch called for, and will step aside. Second quarter, Oklahoma spring game. We'll be back with more here in Norman right after this timeout. Big start for one of the new guys, Deion Burks. 4 catches, 154 yards here in the first half. He's got catches of 64, 23, 17, and 50. The 64 and the 50 went for touchdowns. And first drive of this possession starts with a big loss. Michael Hawkins touchdown by Grayson Halton back near the 10.
With Grayson Halton, he's just continued to improve up to over 295 pounds, getting closer to that 300 mark, but he's kept the quickness. Really nice lateral movement and then getting vertical immediately to create the negative play.
Josh Isosa now at center. Hawkins handoff, Hicks outside, keeps his feet. There's a flag down as he steps out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Looks like this is going to be a hold. Isaiah Autry-Dent, freshman out of Fulton, Mississippi. That's Marcus Dupree's cousin. The 6'7" freshman offensive lineman called for the hold here. He's number 73 on the outside.
A piece of Trace Ford outside the shoulder.
The offense going backwards. That's going to be an offsides. Hawkins takes a shot down the far sidelines and can't connect with Carrion. But that'll be a free play and a -2.
Called over to the bench to have get an earful.
Defense number 30, 5-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
Trace Ford.
That's the 2nd time they've gotten him here today, T-Row.
37-24. Red team in front. Just under 3.5 to go to the break. We only 2 quarterbacks we've seen so far today, Jackson Arnold and Michael Hawkins. Hawkins looked like somebody went the wrong way there, and he's going to be touched down again. And Grayson Halton responsible for the 2nd big loss of this drive.
This is a really good job on the interior. You're going to see Halton, you're going to see Jackson work a 2-man game. Call that a ton. Tackle goes first. The other tackle loops around. Looper came clean, forced the quarterback to step up, and Grayson Halton right where he's supposed to be. Really well coordinated rush by the 2 defensive tackles inside.
Another 3rd and long, 3rd and 16. Hawkins far side. Carrion slipped. Incomplete. Eli Bowen in coverage. And it's a 3 and out.
Nice job out there. The younger of the 2 Bowens Eli is giving up a lot of size out there. He's just 5'9". He's working on a big 6'6" wide receiver. He's in good position. Some bad footing there for Carrion. Unable to get out of that break, and another win for the defense. A little trend going on here, Toby.
Yeah. Eli had he did the Billy in high school. He had 3 pick sixes his sophomore season at Denton Guyer. This is Des Malone deep to receive this punt, the San Diego State transfer. And fair catch called for, and that's where the offense will start. We got a 7-point game, Dusty.
Closed the gap very quickly. Good to see it was all offense early. They score touchdowns in the first 3 drives.
Yeah. Since then, though, there have been 6 stops in 7 possessions. And Brent Venables' defense has started to take control of this game as we near halftime.
That offensive line you just saw out there, and they're working in quite a few true freshmen. We touched on Autry Deno at the hold. You've also got Isosa, freshman out there working in at center. Depth not plentiful on the offensive line. The defensive line taking advantage of it here in the last couple drives.
Caleb Hicks, no gain. Those holes that were there early, not there anymore. Dasan McCullough and Kobe McKenzie in on the tackle. Well, we are nearing something new in the college football game. It might come after this play. With 2:08 to go, the snap. Arnold across the middle. There's that guy again, Deion Burks. And he's out of bounds, and he's telling Kenai Walker about it. Another big play for Burks, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. That's right. We have a 2-minute warning now in college football. Something that was approved recently. You like it, Dusty, or no?
I mean, I'm fine with it, Toby. You know, obviously inside of 2 minutes, the clock still stops after a first down. So, you know, everyone, well, more like the NFL. Well, the NFL, the clock keeps going after first down instead of 2 minutes. I'm fine with it. I mean, you know, it's going to obviously give another opportunity for offense, and then depending, you know, defense-wise, an added time out there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have a real strong opinion. I don't love it, and I don't hate it neither.
Defense starting to pick up the pressure on the quarterbacks.
Yeah, getting after it a little bit. Trace Ford winning on the edge. Also had a chance to see some of the big guys inside. David Stone getting after it, getting to work. Grayson Halton's made a couple of plays. Leader down there, Ethan Downs in the backfield a couple times.
Back to action. Arnold lobs it out. That's Burks on the edge. Unable to get away from Jaden Hardy, another freshman there out of Louisville, Texas, on the tackle. Number 14.
This job just getting him on the ground.
It's the 6th first half catch for Deion Burks. Looking for the end zone. Caught. That's J.J. Hester. Takes a big shot down around the 12. Makari Vickers on the stop.
Going quick here.
Caleb Hicks jumps over one tackler, unable to get away from Owen Heineke. Short gain. Clock runs, 1:15 to go before halftime.
That pass to Hester was a strike, Toby. Quick slant, right where it needs to be. You start running the football, get those backers up.
Out of the shotgun. Arnold. Play action. Comes back near side, and maybe a little early contact there on Jaden Gibson, but no flag. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
Kenai Walker, tight coverage out there on the perimeter. He did a nice job getting that right hand in there, creating the PBU. You wanted a flag. I think that's good defense.
Good defense.
That'll play.
All right. Big play here. 3rd down, 9. Arnold looking for Jaden Gibson again. He got him. Here's a flag. Touchdown Gibson for now. They get him for a pick. The little rub screen freed Jaden Gibson for the touchdown, but let's see what the flag's about.
Pass interference, offense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
Brent Venables will accept this penalty.
Nice identification by you, Mr. Rowland. Very well done.
Well, let's see if they got it right.
Take a look outside.
It's on Petaway. We picked up the play a little too late to tell. Celebration's fantastic. And now they got to try to strike from deeper. Down to 43 seconds to go in the half. Back at the 26. Pressure on. Arnold steps up, finds Hester. And he's sandwiched down inside the 15. That'll bring up 4th down.
This is what you got to do on 3rd and long. Got to pin your ears back as a pass rusher and get after it. R. Mason Thomas with a really good quick inside move. Sold it up the field and came underneath and forced Jackson Arnold to step up and just dump it down.
And with 22 seconds, a
Game
timeout's been
to
called.
29 seconds. 29.
Let's see if Seth Luttrell is thinking about going for this, or if you're going to try a field goal here late in the first half. All right, obviously Deion Burks has been the star so far.
Yes.
Who's number 2 for you, or 3?
Number 2 for me so far here today. I mean, I tell you, I think on the defensive side of the ball, I've been pretty happy with what I've seen out of Grayson Halton a little bit. I want to give him some love. Kobe McKenzie's been flying around downhill throughout the course of the day. And I think that the running backs overall, I think Caleb Hicks has shined to me, showing really good burst and vision.
Field goal try coming here. It'll be Zach Schmidt this time. 29-yarder left hash. Could be the final points of the first half. If he makes it, it goes for the offense. If he misses, it goes to the defense. And he drills it through the uprights. 29-yarder good for Zach Schmidt. That makes it a 12-point lead. Zach Schmidt, the senior from McGinnis High School. He was the kicker last year, trying to hang on to his job going into this fall. And it looks like with 25 seconds to go, they're going to go ahead and play this out for a couple of more plays. There's a good look at the kicker. Now the old kicker conversation, Dusty. Yeah.
I have not been privy to many of
You haven't
those,
listened
though.
into many of those?
No.
This guy's having a good time. The rain has stayed away. And they're thrilled to be on television, I can tell you that. They brought all their dance moves with them.
Good crowd here today.
It is, especially considering the forecast. All right, Sam Franklin deep to receive. I've not yet seen Javante Barnes. He is healthier than he has been in a long time, but maybe they just don't want to risk it today. Fair catch called for, and the offense will start at the 25. We haven't seen the freshman running back Xavier Robinson yet either. And assuming he's healthy, eager to see him, the big 6 foot, 225, maybe 30-pound running back out of Carl Albert High School in the Oklahoma City area, who had 77 touchdowns the last 2 years of his high school career.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah, it's a lot.
A big number. He's a big back, as you touched on. Almost 230.
That sounds like a goal line specialist to me. Short yardage. So it'll be Hawkins to quarterback the final possession of the first half. Time for 2-3 plays. Going to put it in the air. Under pressure, and PJ and Grayson Holton again in on the sack.
Grayson Holton will sack dance at the end of that, showing off his moves. He's been so active inside. Feasting on that offensive line here the last several possessions. Never had a good sack dance, Toby.
Really? Did you try, or it just wasn't your style?
I'm not much of a dancer.
Well,
I get excited.
I could see that. I would argue most defensive linemen aren't much of a dancer.
I don't know. Grayson looked like he had some pretty good moves.
True. Even at Chicago? Nothing?
No. No.
Your
I
hair.
had a touchdown dance, though, that I was ready. I was going to break it out. I was going to do the worm. Just never actually
Thank
came
God
to fruition.
We never had to look at that.
Yeah. Never came to fruition in a game.
Your hair back in your playing days was a dance of its own.
Yeah, great point.
Hawkins to throw again. Pocket collapses again. Sacked again. This time it's Devon Sears.
Give that a coverage sack. Where to go with the football. Quality contained rush. You just saw that pocket absolutely collapse all around Michael Hawkins Jr.
And that's going to do it for the first half of football. 42-34, red team in front here at halftime. The 2024 Oklahoma Spring Game, presented by Red Dirt Media. Enjoying probably first spring game of their life. Welcome back to Norman, everybody. We are at halftime. It's a 4-point game, actually, 42-38 at halftime after a big start for the offense. 3 touchdown drives to start us out, but Brent Venables' defense has flexed up a bit. No doubt, though, so far the star of this one has been the Purdue wide receiver transfer, Deion Burks.
Yeah, and he's been a star this entire spring, so this is very fitting for what he's shown since he's shown up, and just getting the ball in different ways on reverse here, trying to get him on the perimeter. We saw some shot plays down the field, 2 explosive touchdown receptions, a couple of bust coverage for the Oklahoma secondary. I really like this, that over route, finding open grass, and a big conversion there. And this second of the 2 touchdowns on the day. Also got him the ball in the perimeter, a little screen just to put the ball in your playmaker's hands, and he's been as advertised.
Yeah, he has
here today.
He's playing the position formerly occupied by Drake Stoops, and he's looking great. Imagine when Nick Anderson's back out there, Jalil Farouk, all the other weapons they're going to have this fall. Defense got it going, eventually closed the gap, and it's largely due to some pressure they started to create.
Yeah, look, the defensive line, I thought as the scrimmage went on, this game went on throughout the first half, they did a much better job creating some pressure and collapse in the pocket, making it tough on these quarterbacks to operate. We knew the offensive line, they've had a lot of issues, but good to see the defensive line able to create some pressure, get some sacks, and force some big third down stops throughout the course of the latter half of that half.
All right, if you're Seth Luttrell, Joe John Finley, what are the talking points for the offense at halftime for you?
I think you want to continue to be able to protect your quarterback, and they want to run. They want to run the football. Look, and I expect that we're going to. We saw quite a bit of that early on, and I think that they want to get back to winning the line of scrimmage, run the football, and go out and execute their offense.
Other side, Zach Alley, Brent Venables. What are you telling the defense?
Well, this is what we're capable of doing. Whenever we settle in, we don't make mistakes. And, we play the right way. I thought the secondary at times did some really nice things. We're seeing some, Des Malone from San Diego State for the first time here today. I liked what I saw from him. But I think, if anything, it's like, okay, once we got into the game, we played our kind of football. Let's just go continue that for another half.
By the way, to the winner goes swag today. Some new gear, maybe some shoes, to whichever side comes out on top. We'll take a break. We're at halftime of the 2024 Oklahoma Spring Game, presented by Red Dirt Media. Are at halftime in Norman of the spring game. Toby Rowland and Dusty Dvoracek back with you. It is exciting times at the University of Oklahoma. July 1 is officially when the university joins the SEC. And here's what their first schedule looks like in the Southeastern Conference. Dusty, we knew it would be difficult.
Yes.
And this is going to be fun.
It's going to be so much fun. I mean, everyone is stoked and excited. The SEC is excited to welcome Oklahoma and Texas. Oklahoma and Texas are excited. But, boy, they did not do any favors for Oklahoma. You know it's going to be a challenge going to Auburn, to Ole Miss, and then obviously at Missouri is going to be really good. And in Death Valley to close things up. It'd be great to have Josh Heupel bring his Tennessee Volunteers back into Norman. A new-look Alabama under Kalen DeBoer, but challenging will definitely be the name of the game next year with the schedule.
Those final 2 games, Alabama here and then in Death Valley against LSU. What a finish that is going to be. You've been calling games for ESPN for, what, 8-9 years now?
Be my 9th year next year, yeah.
A lot of games in the SEC.
Yes.
In your mind, what is it that Oklahoma has to do to be ready for this new step?
Yeah, I think it's the line of scrimmage, and it's no secret. I mean, just the overall depth of the line of scrimmage, the offensive and defensive lines in the SEC, they just have a different look and a different feel to them. And I think that, you know, Brent Venables recognizes that. He knows. I mean, at Clemson, though, it was the ACC. He knows what it took to take down those SEC teams. And I think that's what they're looking to do. They've been trying to continue to get that size that they have up front. They're going to continue looking the portal. And then I think also just length outside of the perimeter. I think when you look at a lot of the defensive backs in the SEC, they just have a lot of length and a lot of athleticism out there in particular.
Very first SEC game will be Tennessee here on September the 20th. We'll take a break. When we come back, second half coming up here in Norman of the 2024 Oklahoma Spring Game presented by Red Dirt Media. Getting set for the second half here in Norman. Rain has stayed away. Glad you've joined us for the Oklahoma football spring game. They passed out some awards here at halftime. Most improved on defense. Taylor Wine, Devon Sears, Lewis Carter, Jaden Hardy, and Kenai Walker. Lewis Carter, you mentioned off the top, Brent Venables very high on him. Offensive side of the ball, most improved, Jake Taylor, Cade McIntyre, J.J. Hester, Sam Franklin, Michael Hawkins. Most improved specialist, that's the Florida State transfer kicker, Tyler Keltner. These were announced on the field moments ago. And here's your Schmitty-built awards, Dusty.
It's very nice. Ethan Downs on there, senior coming back. Deion Burks, Mr. Wee Woo making a presence. We didn't have those back in the day.
Explain to me what you think this means.
I think it means that you're dominating with Schmitty in the strength, in the weight room.
You stayed on his good side.
Absolutely. You're not getting called back, having to repeat workouts, or going to the Stairmaster.
Jalil Farouk signing some autographs at halftime. He's on a scooter today, expected to be back, though, by the fall. There you see some of the crowd here today. Those guys ready for the rain if it comes. Got his dancing shoes on as well. Got a 4-point game, 42-38. Red team, that's the offense in front as we get set for the second half. This was a runaway early, but the defense got it geared up. And we had a contest going late. Lots of kiddos with us on this Saturday afternoon.
Wonder if we've seen all we're going to see of Jackson Arnold today.
What do you think?
I think he's done. My gut tells me it's General Booty.
Yeah.
Looks like he's leading the offense out on the field.
That is the General. General Booty's first snap at quarterback as we get underway here, third quarter. And it is a reverse pitch. Coming back near side, Jacob Jordan down the sidelines. And the freshman, a big gainer. Little trickery out of the locker room for Seth Luttrell's offense. A 21-yard gain to the 46. Booty to put it in the air. Nearly connected with Eli Merck. Incomplete. That's Jocelyn Malaska, Utah transfer out of Bethany High School here in the Oklahoma City area. The coverage, 48.
Good coverage down the field on that.
So showing off some depth here on both sides as we get underway second half. That's the handoff to Xavier Robinson. There's the Carl Albert product who takes it out to the 50. First carry of the day for Robinson.
Big physical back from the battering ram for Xavier Robinson. Carl Albert has just been a force.
Oh, man.
In the Oklahoma City Metro. Mike Dunn, the head coach there, doing a great job with his program.
All the way back to the Gary Rose years and everything. They've been good for a long time. Comeback catch made, and that's a first down for Trey Brown. Not that Trey Brown. This Trey Brown, redshirt freshman out of Nashville.
General Booty getting outside the pocket. Good accurate throw.
Going to throw it again. That one a little too tall. Jacob Snyder in coverage. Bixby High School product. 35. A lot of guys getting their first action in front of a crowd on Owen Field. Heart's got to be racing a little bit.
No doubt.
You remember your first spring game?
I tried to block it out. I'm sure it was Jackie Shipp giving me an earful.
Well, now, your first spring game, you would have already played a season, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys haven't.
And then, I had surgery at the end of that year, so my first actual spring, I didn't even take place.
You were 25 years old before your first spring game.
Absolutely, yeah.
Third down and 9.
Easy peasy.
Robinson moves to the left of Booty, and Booty the keeper, a nice move. And did anybody touch him? At least he thinks they did. I'm not sure anybody blew a whistle. They're going to spot it back at the 33, though, and give him the first down.
Good decision here by General Booty. See, PJ's going to work off the backside. Puts his foot in the ground and gets up the field. You got to be able to make that play.
He got
on the
touched.
edge.
Come back near side. Good coverage by Malaska that time. Incomplete. Looking for Merck. Second down.
Alaska with a couple of nice plays here on this possession, Toby.
Former Utah Ute. General Booty, Tyler Junior College transfer with the handoff to Robinson. Nowhere to run. Owen Heineke racking up the tackles today. It'll be third down.
You were asking me at halftime some of the things that defensively you want to talk about. I think third down. They give up some key third down plays to the offense, and I'm sure that's an area Zach Alley'd like to see shored up here in the second half, getting off the field on money down.
5'5" Chapman McCown in the game at running back. Booty with all kinds of room to run. Booty! Touchdown! A 32-yard scamper by the General. And the offense is in the end zone to start the second half.
A big running lane opens up along that defensive line. And General Booty nowhere to go with the football down the field. No one with eyes on the quarterback. He saw a lot of green grass as he takes it to the house to get the red team on the board to kick off the second half.
It's another big play. That is the fourth touchdown today of 30-plus yards. And the extra point is good. Well, the offense takes a padded lead once again to start the second half. We'll take a break. The General gets loose, and Booty into the end zone to start the third. Big tip of the Cowboy hat to the late Toby Keith today here in Norman. His name and likeness painted on the 25-yard lines both ways. Incredible OU fan and supporter through the years. Passed away of cancer just a couple of months back. As this drive starts with a short run, you know, Toby had a big moment on this field, Dusty. Back in 1994, the alumni game, they used to allow not just alumni, but some celebrities and even media to participate. And in 1994, Toby broke his ankle in the spring game, the alumni game. And he had to miss 3 weeks of concerts. He was opening for Brooks and Dunn back in 1994 and had to go 3 weeks before he could join the duo again. But boy, we really miss Toby.
Yes, we do. Man, just country music icon, one of the great Oklahomans and Americans, friend of ours and so many. We miss him, man. He's left such an impact and such a mark, Toby, on the state, on this university. Still thinking about his family losing such a great man.
P.J. Adebayo in on the sack, and that possession goes nowhere. Michael Hawkins at quarterback there. That'll be a 3 and out and a sack. And the defense pushes back a bit. Toby,
whenever I was playing, he would be on the sidelines all the time, and he would if games had gotten out of hand and we were on the right side of it, there might have been some conversations that transpired, and he always had something funny, something good to say, but it's such a great Sooner.
Sooners to kick it away here. Under 5 minutes to go, third quarter. At the end of the third, we're going to have the coaches punting contest, and then we're also going to set up the Elam ending, which that'll be fun.
You're gonna have to educate me on that, Toby.
Yeah,
I'm not as hip as you are. I don't know what this Elam ending entails.
It's a basketball thing. What was the name of the league? Big Three, and they've done it in the NBA All-Star game. So here's what it is. At the end of the third quarter, 12 points will be added to the leading score, or they'll put a marker 12 points out in front of the leading score. And so whoever gets to that marker first wins. Or, you know, time could expire, but theoretically, we may not play the entirety of the fourth quarter here. So let's say right now, for example, the team in front has 53 points.
Right.
Then the marker would be 65, and the first team to get to 65 would be.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun in basketball. Don't know that I've seen it in football, but we'll give it a try today. There goes Sam Franklin on the first down carry to the 46.
Jaron Canick coming downhill. We talked a lot about this linebacker room. Lewis Carter out there with him. A group that's extremely competitive. Some great depth.
You know, back to the SEC, Dusty, we asked Brent on Thursday how much he's using that carrot as motivation for his team. The fact that they're going into the SEC. And he says it's kind of a balanced approach they've used as a coaching staff. That pass deflected, and a comeback catch made by Jaden Gibson off the deflection. He said they're using it, but it's not the entirety of their motivation. Guys are excited to play in the SEC, but it's a balanced approach. It's not all about that this year.
I don't think you want to make too much of it. Hey, look, it's a very good football conference. I think everybody knows that extremely well. I think as much as anything, it's about this team and what they do, right? As opposed to who you're going to face. I know it's cliche, we always hear that,
right.
But I think Coach Venables recognizes as long as they get themselves right, they're going to be just fine. But it's definitely a ton of excitement. I just know as a player, you want to play against the best. Like you want to measure yourself up against the toughest competition, against the best opponents, and they're going to get that opportunity. So I think that you talk about the fans being so excited with good reason. I think these players are excited to get a chance to be in a conference that universally I think is looked at as the top dog in all college football.
Well, you hear the question a lot, is Oklahoma ready for the SEC? The popular thing to say around Norman is Is the SEC ready for Oklahoma? The punt is dropped and then picked up, and short kick comes down with backspin at the 15-yard line. Certainly, it is an incredible football conference, and it has been for a long time, but they would be quick to point out, and rightfully so, here in Norman, the 7 national championships and the 7 Heisman trophies, and the SEC just got a lot tougher. It has already been the toughest, and it just got a lot tougher with the addition of Oklahoma and Texas next season. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. You're going to have some awesome venues to be perching up with Mr. Lehman.
Yeah. Sooner Radio crew, we're going to Auburn, Ole Miss, Missouri, which obviously we've been to before, and LSU next year, the road games. I'm not looking forward to the Auburn radio booth, but I am looking forward to every destination. It'll even be fun to go back to Missouri again. It's been a long time. Handoff goes to Caleb Hicks. He finds a hole, breaks a tackle, and he's out to the 22. He's been impressive today.
Yes, he has. And, you know, he's got a physicality about him, the ability to put his foot in the ground, get north and south. Saw some patience early on a counter, vision. And he's done a good job of finding holes, and then the burst and explosion on display all throughout the day.
Hicks again breaking tackles, cannot get away from Robert Spears Jennings. It is a short gain, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So we'll take a timeout. We'll set up the ending for you here in Norman. Right after this, it's the Oklahoma Spring Game on ESPN+. All right, the coach's kicking contest unfortunately does not appear to include Bill Bedenbaugh. That's Joe John Finley with the 40-yard punt. And now new defensive coordinator Zach Alley has to try to best that, and that's not going to get it done. So I believe that just earned some points for the offense thanks to the leg of Joe John Finley.
The form was flawless for Coach Finley. Very well done. Former teammate of mine.
Now, I have a suggestion for next year.
Okay.
Next year, each team gets to pick the coach from the other side that they want to be in the punting.
I like that. Yes.
We're not out here for anything but embarrassing them. That's the goal. So, Joe John showing all around athleticism. Nicely done.
Very, very well done.
Okay, so that put 3 points on the board for the offense, which puts them at 56, which means now the target score is 68, Dusty.
Okay.
First team to 68 is your winner, or when time expires, that guy's got great hair.
Yes, he does. I like it. I understand the format now. Thank you for properly explaining it to me.
It makes it a lot of fun in basketball because then guys are trying to jack up 30-foot three-pointers when they need 3 points to win. We'll see how this plays out today. I like the concept. Got to get creative in the spring game. So the offense needs 12. The defense needs 20. We start with a handoff to Xavier Robinson. And might have got enough for the first down. This is going to be close. They're going to give it to him. No measurements in a spring game. Just eyeball it. First down. General Booty at quarterback. Another handoff to Robinson. Met in the hole by Kobe McKenzie, and that's a lot of dude collision right there. Robinson and McKenzie wins that one.
That was a serious collision. Kobe McKenzie, man, of all the guys on this team, I don't know if anybody shows up with a heavier hat than him. And that's about 230 pounds of running back. He just stoned right at the line of scrimmage.
There's the first catch for freshman tight end Devon Mitchell. Dropped for a loss. And that's another freshman, Reggie Powers, with a nice play.
That's your guy you were talking about earlier. Touched on in the first half. Coach Venables raving about this true freshman. See the ability to make the play in the open field and create that negative tackle.
3rd and long. Booty steps up, tries to run, can't get away. The swipe tackle by Devon Sears. We've said his name a bunch today.
Yeah, Devon Sears, he's got heavy hands, and guy who really stepped up and got better throughout the course this spring. Strong. Nice job getting off the tackle, shutting down that rush, working back to the inside as General Booty trying to pick up something with his legs, but the defense able to get off the field.
Gave him 2 points for a sack there, and I think they're going to pick up another point here with the forced punt. There's a good look at Devon Sears. Came from Texas State to Oklahoma a couple of years ago. Good kick. Jacob Jordan back, receives it at the 29, and that's where the offense will start.
Dejon Terry, we haven't seen him much at all today, Toby.
Nope.
But he's only D tackle coming back that started for this Oklahoma front. Talked about the two talented freshmen, Jaden Jackson, David Stone. We've seen them make some plays out there, but I'd expect Oklahoma to check out that portal and be active, trying to bolster that defensive tackle room prior to summertime.
There's DJ. Yeah, he'll be certainly in the rotation, maybe in the starting lineup when August 30th rolls around on the defensive front. Michael Hawkins back in at quarterback. Caleb Hicks is running back. It's a 2-point game now on the scoreboard. We've got it at 56-51. In stadium it says 56-54. Here's the handoff. Hicks sweeping left. Sneaks across the 30 and then brought down by Kanik. Kason Kalmus also in on that tackle. How about that? Rocky's boy, number 29.
Great to see that. Makes me
Rocky's
feel
here today.
old. My old teammates' sons are now playing in games that I'm calling.
Michael Hawkins and Kason Kalmus.
That's right.
Second down. Franklin tripped up at the 34. And this will bring up a third down, and a 3 and out here would switch the leader on the scoreboard.
Heineke with a shoestring tackle there, T-Row. Franklin's done a nice job this spring coming in from UT Martin, making people miss. Close to shaking that tackle, but Heineke was just enough to get him on the ground.
Big play on the scoreboard here. 3rd and 5. Hawkins to throw. Running out of time. Got to get rid of it. And he throws it into the stands. Devon Sears the pressure again. And that will be a 3 and out.
Secondary holds up very well there. He initially had time to throw the football. Nobody comes open. Hawkins tried to be as patient as he could be, but Devon Sears continues to be active. Gets there late. Flushes him out, and it's a big stop for the defense. I think we're about to see them take their first lead of the game, Toby.
Yeah, 57-56. The 3 and out is worth 3. So the defense in front. What a comeback. Touchdown drives on the first 3 possessions of the game, but only 2 since. There's a good punt. And the offense going to have to start inside the 20-yard line this time. And they need a drive. They could use some points with 6:25 to go. So it is a 2-point lead. Remember, 68 is the target score. The defense 10 points away from winning this thing with gear on the line. Drip.
It's all about that drip. Are they bringing? Now we get to be part of the winning team regardless, right?
I see no reason that we shouldn't at least model the drip.
Yeah.
Here comes Brendan Zurbrugg, the other freshman quarterback out of Alliance, Ohio. He's going to lead this possession. And he starts with a handoff and a big hit. That's Chapman McCown, the running back, a gain of only 1. Sammy Omosigo met him in the hole. McCown, 5'5" from Norman North High School. There you see him there. And there's a good look at Brandon Zurbrugg, true freshman quarterback. Second down and 9. Zurbrugg to throw for the first time. A little bit too high. Intended for Eli Merck.
You've got 3 true freshmen out there along your offensive line. Eugene Brooks out there, Josh Isosa, and then Isaiah Autry-Dent, and then a true freshman quarterback. So these young guys haven't been on campus very long, getting an opportunity here in this fourth quarter.
Emeka Megway now in at running back. Third down. Zurbrugg out in the open field, gets a good block, and he's got the first down. That avoids the 3 and out, showing his mobility out to the 29. A gain of 10. We're down to 4:24 to go. I'm not sure anybody's getting to the Elam ending marker of 68. Clock runs. Ooh, the screen pass anticipated and broken up. Jaden Rowe up to make the play out of Union High School.
Nice job by Jaden Rowe identifying that, fighting through the block of Devon Mitchell, completely disrupting that play. Good identification and good job close on the football.
Second and 10. Zurbrugg looks back at the sidelines. Offense needs points. Handoff. That's Megwa over the right side. Short gain. An explosive play. A gain of 20 yards or more would tie it back up. Obviously, anything points-wise, touchdown or field goal, would give him the lead. Look at us trying to build drama into the spring game
got
here. 2-point contest with 3:13 to play. 3rd and 6. Zurbrugg slips, regains his footing, finds some open space, and he tiptoes out of bounds shy of the first down marker. Got a couple of yards. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Zurbrugg getting it done with his legs a little bit. Good man-to-man coverage outside. They manned up. Everybody covered and accounted for.
Might be your ball game if the defense gets a stop here. 4th down and 3. And Zurbrugg straightens up and looks back at the sidelines. Emeka Megwa, the Washington transfer a couple of years ago, in the backfield. Low snap. Zurbrugg, quick throw, caught. Open field. Watch out, it's Trey Brown down the sidelines to the 20 and out of bounds. That'll tie it up on the explosive play, and the offense now a chance to win it late.
But good strong hands there by Brown, catching that football in stride. This ball
and that
put perfect placement and a big explosive play. And as you mentioned, the drama, we're all tied up with 2 minutes to play here at the Oklahoma spring game.
Don't touch that dial. Catch of the game today brought to you by Warren Cat. Off the deflection, Jaden Gibson comes back with the nice grab. That's your catch of the game today, brought to you by Warren Cat. Meanwhile, back to the action. Skipping outside, Chapman McCown. Can't find any running room. It's a gain of 1. We got a tie game with under 2 minutes to play.
What more could we ask for, ladies and gentlemen? A competitive finish here in Norman. Nice job by Boganowski coming down, making that tackle.
Yeah, you don't think there's any way that they let this come down to a field goal try?
No.
I don't think BV will allow that. Offense milking the clock here a little bit. Zurbrugg, first possession of the game will decide the game. McCown bounced it outside. He's got the corner. Touchdown. All 5'5" of him. The Norman North product That might be the game winner.
Little move here.
Look at
44, Taylor Wine, the defensive end, gets caught inside, loses contain.
Chapman McCown in his hometown. The extra point try by Zach Schmidt. And it is good. Here's another look at the touchdown run, Dusty.
This is wise. Wine, he's going to just get caught a little bit inside. It's really good vision by McCown to identify that, know he can get to the edge. And how about this? All 5-5 laying out into the end zone. Cool moment for 22 on Owen Field.
Not quite time to unhitch the wagon.
I was going to ask.
Yes,
I was going to ask if it was that time.
You can't do it too early. You never know. You might repunt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. 8 sacks. Kinda. You know, it's just a touch. So
Right.
8 sacks. Red team, 6 touchdowns today. They've had 8 explosive plays. Of course, Deion Burks, 174 yards receiving. He's been the star on offense. There's the quarterback numbers, Dusty.
Yeah, Michael Hawkins, numbers probably not as reflective as the type of spring that he's had. For Jackson, hit a couple of those big throws to Deion Burks. Thought the offense just looked really crisp and sharp those first couple of possessions, and then as the defense has settled in, found a way to have quite a bit of success the latter half of this game.
Xavier Robinson with the carry. And it's now just a matter of getting the final 48 seconds off the clock here, and the offense is going to go grab them some new shoes. Barring a disaster, that is.
There was we had one of those last year in college football. There was a Miami-Georgia Tech
Oh,
game.
yeah. Just take a knee.
Just take a knee. A fumble and a crazy play later changed the outcome of that one. I don't think we'll see that here today.
Robinson has the first down. There you see some of the pop he brings when he runs the football. And they don't have to snap it again. And Brent Venables says that'll do it. The 2024 Oklahoma spring game is in the books. And your winner is Team Red. The offense with the late 16-yard touchdown run by Chapman McCown. Far as we know, nobody got injured. Successful day.
Well, as you saw some good from the offense, some good from the defense. You also saw some areas that you need to work on and improve. Probably got out of this spring game everything you wanted. And I mean, with the unbelievable suspense down to the very end with a game-winning touchdown with around a minute left. I mean, you couldn't have drawn it up much better if you're Brent Venables.
Star of the day, though, has to be number 6, Deion Burks, the Purdue transfer, maybe the top wide receiver in the portal this year, and he lived up to the bill.
He's going to be a great addition to this offense, and working out of the slot, understands how to find space. He's a sudden athlete, can put his foot in the ground, really good with the ball after the catch. Jackson Arnold, and especially once he has his full complement of wide receivers, they're going to be tough to deal with. But Deion Burks, not going to surprise me at all if he winds up being a #1 target for this offense next season.
Look at that smile. He is happy to be in Norman. Thrilled to be a Sooner. What about the defensive side of the ball? They made a big comeback and started getting some pressure on the quarterbacks.
Yeah, they did. And it's exactly what you want to see throughout the course of this game. You know, I thought Grayson Halton, I thought he really stepped up, played well. We saw a couple of good rushes from R. Mason Thomas and PJ. Ethan Downs doing what he does. Jaden Jackson, one time had a nice job splitting the double team, creating a negative play. We saw David Stone active with his hands, rushing the passer. That's only going to have to continue. That's an area that those two groups, the defensive end, defensive tackles, just continue to grind, continue to work. And because I think behind them, linebacker, safety, secondary, I think they feel really good about where they're at from a depth perspective and overall talent. And if that defensive line can continue to progress, this defense can have a chance to be pretty good.
Of course, all eyes in the stadium and nationally on the blue jersey today. Jackson Arnold now takes over the team. We talked about him briefly when you showed the Deion Burks highlights. Yep. 10 for 20, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns today. What's your assessment of number 11?
Well, they look sharp. You know, I thought that, he missed a couple of deep shots. He had Deion Burks on one, maybe overshot Jaden Gibson just a hair on the opening pass. But I thought he was good decision making. Didn't put the ball in harm's way. Saw some of that athleticism with a couple of nice runs and some explosive plays down the field vertically in the throw game. And I'd have to check the numbers. We don't have stats in front of us, but I thought he made a couple of nice plays on 3rd down. So I think that's one of the things you really want to see from Jackson Arnold. Just eliminate the negative plays, taking better care of the football, making good decisions. We saw that throughout the course this afternoon.
4 months and 10 days to the season opener. Sooner fans, it's now on a Friday night, August 30th. The Temple Owls will be in town. You got a long wait this summer. Let the countdown begin to the first season in the SEC. For our producer Grant Wade and my good friend, the All-American Dusty Dvoracek, I'm Toby Rowland. Thank you for watching, everybody. Boomer Sooner.